This sunrise cost more than your house? Step into Oprah's backyard. Welcome to Top 10 Go Here. Today, we unpack Oprah Winfrey net worth and lifestyle 2025 $3 billion, a 70-acre promised land, and a $75 million Gulfstream G700. Stay to the end to learn the one grounding habit Oprah swears by and how it could transform your mornings. From Orpah to Oprah. Born Orpah Gail Winfrey in rural Kosciuszko, Mississippi. On January 29, 1954, the future media icon began life far from studio lights. Her grandmother, Hattie Mae, who raised her on a small farm, famously fashioned potato sack dresses when money ran short. Yet that same grandmother drilled scripture into young Orpah's memory, sparking a lifelong love of storytelling. The name itself is a story relatives misread Orpah so often that Oprah simply stuck. By 3, she could recite Bible verses to the delight of the local church. By 9. However, the joy of public speaking was overshadowed by repeated sexual abuse trauma she would later recount with disarming candor on national television. At 14, she became pregnant. Her son died shortly after birth. Salvation arrived when she moved to Nashville to live with her strict but supportive father. Vernon Winfrey. Vernon imposed a curfew, demanded book reports, and set the high expectations Oprah credits for rescuing her future. My own first memory of Oprah isn't the glossy TV host, but the college student who delivered winning oratory at Tennessee State University. Whenever I rewatch that grainy footage, I'm struck by the spark equal parts vulnerability and steel that still defines her presence 50 years later. 2. Breakout television years. At 17. Oprah parlayed that spark into a part-time gig reading news on Nashville's WVOL radio. By 19, she was the youngest and first Black female co-anchor of the evening news at WLAC-TV. Yet straight news felt constricting. The conversational energy that would soon captivate millions kept leaking through. That energy found a home in 1978 with People Are Talking in Baltimore. Oprah's freewheeling empathy helped the show crush its rival in 6 months, leading Chicago's WLS-TV to recruit her for a teetering morning program called AM Chicago. Within weeks of her 1984 debut, ratings soared from dead last to number 1, even eclipsing Phil Donahue, the era's king of daytime talk. One station exec later admitted, "We couldn't bottle what she had, but we knew it was a lightning." Lightning went nationwide when the Oprah Winfrey Show launched in September 1986, syndicated to 120 stations. It drew 10 million daily viewers by year 2, and by 1993, delivered the most-watched primetime interview ever, Michael Jackson, at 90 million viewers. Daytime television had never witnessed such confession-driven intimacy, guests sobbed. Audiences healed, and advertisers clambered aboard. 3. Crafting a media empire. Owning her message meant owning the means of production. In 1986, Oprah founded Harpo Productions, spell it backward, negotiating a deal that granted her majority control of the show and its profits, an unheard-of arrangement for an on-screen host. By the mid-1990s, Forbes declared her America's richest self-made woman. Harpo soon spun off film titles like Beloved and Selma, earning Oprah an Oscar nomination and a producer's credit that sits beside 19 daytime Emmys. She co-founded the Oxygen Network in 2000, then launched OWN in 2011, pivoting gracefully into the streaming era with Apple TV Plus partnerships from 2019 onward. One of my favorite corporate lore anecdotes involves a 1998 meeting where a skeptical banker asked why Oprah insisted on such large equity stakes. She reportedly smiled and said, "Because I intend to pay for more girls' educations than any banker in this room." 27 years later, graduates of the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls in South Africa are earning doctorates on multiple continents, a return far richer than quarterly dividends. 4. Mindful daily rituals. Fast forward to 2025, and Oprah's day still begins not with an alarm, but with sunlight filtering through Montecito's ancient oaks. Between 6:02 and 6:20 a.m., her 5 dogs nudge her awake for a ramble across 70 acres of fruit orchards and hiking paths. Back indoors, she draws an inspirational card from her own 365 Gathered Truths deck, scans a Sufi aphorism on the Bowl of Sake app, and settles into 20 minutes of silent meditation, sometimes in her breakfast chair, sometimes on a lichen-flecked boulder nicknamed the Apostles' Rock. At 9 a.m., she submits to low-impact resistance training in which a private coach literally supplies the counter-pressure. It's like pushing against a human Pilates machine. She once joked on Instagram Live. A 30-minute treadmill session or a 2-mile outdoor jog follows, celebrating what she calls the privilege of movement. Breakfast served around 10 is a 400-calorie bowl bursting with berries, steel-cut oats, and soy yogurt dollops. Her nutritionist maintains a 1/700-calorie macro ratio, 20% protein, 30% healthy fat, 50% complex carbs. No vilifying bread in this house. Oprah quipped during a 2024 Weight Watchers Summit, where she confirmed physician-guided use of a GLP-1 agonist to help stabilize appetite after decades of weight cycling. 5. Quiet luxury lifestyle. When Vogue editors describe stealth wealth, they might as well screenshot a drone view of Oprah's promised land estate. The Neo-Georgian mansion sprawls 23,000 square feet, yet nestles so discreetly among avocado and eucalyptus groves that first-time guests need golf cart escorts to find the front door. Adjacent parcels. Seamare Farm's 29 equine-friendly acres and a guest ranch known as Madrona Gull extend her Montecito footprint past 100 acres. There's also a Telluride ski chalet and a beachfront Maui hideaway. But these days, Oprah prefers California's coastal microclimate. You don't conquer land here, she told Architectural Digest. You collaborate with it. Collaboration requires mobility. Her $75 million Gulfstream G700 tail number N540W replaced a beloved G650ER in 2024, while the 19-seat cabin gleams with Italian leather. Oprah's favorite onboard feature is reportedly its circadian lighting system, which mimics sunrise during red-eye returns from Europe. On water, she's an occasional guest, not owner, of David Geffen's 138-meter mega yacht Rising Sun, a floating palace rumored to carry more vintage burgundy than the average Michelin cellar. Her garage reads like a Concours d'Elegance entrant list, a 1954 Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Gullwing, a 1962 Ferrari 250 GT California Spider, a Rolls-Royce Phantom V8, plus modern daily drivers like a Tesla Model S and a Lincoln Navigator. She once told Jay Leno, "Cars are art that can outrun despair." 6. Vast wealth portfolio. For 2025, financial analysts peg Oprah's net worth near $3 billion. Revenue flows from multiple tributaries, Harpo licensing fees, OWN's ad and carriage deals, equity in Weight Watchers, blockbuster book advances, and a 7-figure speaking circuit. The portfolio skews toward media and real estate, with strategic tech bets she quietly invested in Canva before its $40 billion valuation and reportedly holds a significant stake in Spanx. In an era where celebrities fling crypto endorsements like confetti, Oprah's measured pace stands out. Her family office, OW Management, rarely comments on deal rumors, yet SEC filings tie her to green energy funds and diversity-focused venture rounds. One Wall Street Journal piece dubbed her the high-net-worth minimalist, noting that she eschews the hedge fund razzle-dazzle for long-horizon bets mirroring her storytelling patience. As a writer tracking celebrity fortunes, I've combed through countless balance sheets. Few display the liquidity cushion Oprah maintains. It's as if she keeps cash not for emergencies, but for generosity-ready ammunition when the next school needs funding, or when tornado sirens wail across the Midwest. 7. Philanthropy and outreach indeed. Philanthropy is where Oprah's wealth becomes kinetic. The Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls in Henley-on-Klip, South Africa, opened in 2007 after a personal $40 million pledge. Today, over 90% of its graduates finish college triple South Africa's national average. Alumni are Rhodes Scholars, Google engineers, and, in one poignant twist, a documentary filmmaker whose work aired on OWN closer to home. Oprah's Angel Network has distributed more than $100 million in disaster relief, from Hurricane Katrina to California wildfire recovery. During the 2020 pandemic, she donated $12 million to COVID-19 food and health programs, then quietly covered tuition for dozens of essential workers' children. Not all giving is public. A former Morehouse College president once revealed that Oprah's aggregate donations to the historically Black institution exceed $20 million, information Oprah never announced herself. Such restraint, in an age of #philanthropy, might be her most subversive flex. 8. Controversies unveiled. Even paragons stumble. The so-called Oprah effect, which once sent sales of obscure books or kitchen gadgets skyrocketing, occasionally triggered fiascos, most memorably in 2004, when a car giveaway left some winners owing thousands in taxes. Critics also skewered her 2020 decision to isolate on Rising Sun during the early COVID-19 outbreak, viewing it as tone-deaf privilege. She has faced pushback for endorsing wellness products later challenged by medical experts. Yet, unlike many influencers, Oprah typically responds with course corrections, issuing clarifications on her platforms, and funding independent studies when evidence demands. 9. Weight battles and growth. Perhaps the most relatable drama is her public weight journey. From the infamous 1988 episode, where she wheeled out 67 pounds of fat in a radio flyer wagon, to her present-day embrace of GLP-1 medication, Oprah has allowed millions to witness her struggle. My biggest failure was thinking I had to be thin to be worthy, she confessed in a 2023 People interview. Today, the narrative centers on joyful movement and mindful portions rather than scale worship. She still enjoys tacos and homemade pasta, portion controlled. Never demonized? For anyone haunted by yo-yo diets, myself included, her evolution feels like collective permission to redefine success. 10. Empowering legacy. Ask media scholars why Oprah still matters at 71, and they'll cite ratings or revenue. Yet, her real legacy lies in something more elusive: emotional infrastructure. Millions learned empathy by watching her listen. Millions more saw trauma transformed into communal strength. She championed authors from Toni Morrison to Eckhart Tolle, turned everyday teachers into heroes, and carved safer public space for conversations about abuse, race, and mental health. Her credo: live your best life risks cliché, until you examine the daily ledger. 5. Dog walks that ground her, boardroom battles that shift valuation multiples, and scholarships that send first-generation students to Harvard. Few figures knit private intention and public action so seamlessly. If tomorrow's historians seek proof that authenticity can scale, they'll point to Oprah Winfrey, the farm girl who learned scripture in a potato sack and ended up shining a billion-dollar spotlight on everyone else's story. Inspired Smash-like? Share. And subscribe to Top 10 Go Here for more celebrity deep dives. Comment which star we should explore next. Remember, apply just one insight from Oprah Winfrey Net Worth and Lifestyle 2025 and watch your life level up.